Welcome to Lost Docs Media. This is a podcast that makes you take a second look at what you just watched. As always, thank you for joining us on this fine and lovely Wednesday. Speaking of Wednesdays, new episodes of Lost Docs Media are posted every Wednesday, so be sure to stay on the alert for that. Subscribe, like, comment on the episodes, let us know what you think about them, and always make sure you hit the notifications when you subscribe to the channel, because we like to go live here, and when we go live, we absolutely do not announce it. Okay? So your notifications will help you with that. Be sure to check out lostox.media. That's lostaux.media to support the show by buying merch. We have hats, hoodies, t-shirts, all sorts of good stuff on there. And as always, we thank you for joining us. Let's get right into it. You know, I kind of wanted to talk about the Super Bowl a little bit. We have a lot of good stuff to get into, but like this John Kiriakou, if you guys don't know this John Kiriakou, this is kind of going to be the main subject of our episode today. Our feature story, if you will. Mm-hmm. Big show. John Kiriakou is like a former CIA agent gone full whistleblower. He was the guy who blew the whistle on the torture program that the CIA was using during the Guantanamo Bay era. You know, ever since 9/11 happened, pretty much the CIA's had license to do whatever the fuck they want. And when they started torturing people, this guy kind of blew the whistle on the whole thing. If it wasn't for John Kiriakou, to be honest,
it'd still be happening.
To this day, people probably still wouldn't even know it was going on, and they might still be doing it. Like, it's kind of crazy. But that's going to be what we're going to be getting into a little later. But I kind of wanted to talk about the Super Bowl a little bit. More or less the halftime shows, right? Everybody was bugging out over this Bugs Bunny doing the halftime show in Puerto Rican or something like that, right? And I'm Puerto Rican. And honestly, it wasn't even... I didn't even care that the show was in Spanish. I honestly didn't. It was a great performance. It was like lively and shit like that. Only thing that sucked, like I told you when I was watching it, I go, damn, they're making every Puerto Rican look ghetto as hell. Like, it's all shaking your asses in the goddamn streets, picking shit off of trees and doing people's nails, dancing around with your chanclas at the goddamn corner store. They had like a bodega there and shit. I was like, damn, dude, they're really, really trying to make this like raw, right? Which is fine. That's probably how a lot of Puerto Ricans live. But when you want to like represent, right? You want to represent kind of on the upper echelon, in my opinion, right? You wouldn't want to make a representation of white people, the trailer parks and the white and the poor and the, you know what I mean? Like, you would want them to be in like suits or some shit like that. I don't know. You know, you want them to be ruling the world in your performance, right? And then Lady Gaga steps in for like 30 seconds because they got to appeal to the English-speaking Americans a little bit. You know what I mean? They can't just throw them out on a raft with the Spanish performance and go, see you guys later. You know what I mean? You got to reel them back a little bit, right? So they throw Lady Gaga in there. She fucking represented harder than anything I'd ever seen. I was like, yo, Lady Gaga's holding it down. All those Puerto Ricans had suits, nice makeup. They were dancing all nice. I was like, oh, this is good. I go, those are my people. You know what I mean? I was like, God damn, those are my motherfucking people. So I dug it. I honestly, I didn't even, aside from that and making the jokes about it, I really didn't even, like, people were really making a fuss about it. Like, Jeff Dye was like, oh my God, Bugs Bunny's going to play it. That's why I made that Bugs Bunny joke. It's because Jeff Dye fucks around and calls him Bugs Bunny. And he's like, Bugs Bunny is going to fucking perform at the Super Bowl. Like, he's not even American. It's like, Bugs Bunny's Puerto Rican. Technically American. You know what I mean? It's like,
I don't understand how people don't know this.
Not even immigrant status. Our people were savagely ravished by the Americans. And now we don't need green cards, all right? That's the price we paid. And we got something out of it. Granted, you know, The Islanders can't vote. I can vote. I'm a Puerto Rican. I can vote. Isn't that crazy? It's because I was born here. Like a patriot. Like a true patriot. Which, speaking of patriotism, that brings us on to the next topic. Before we get into John Kiriakou, I promise you guys are not going to want to miss this John Kiriakou. But the patriotism that was displayed at Turning Point's halftime show. I don't know if you guys seen this, but that shit was America, baby. It was America through and through, that Turning Point performance. I really was. I honestly wanted to kill myself. Watching any part of it, I was like, this is what they got to offer. No wonder the whites are losing. In the culture wars, no wonder the whites are losing. If this is what you're giving us, they had look, we didn't even watch that part because I skipped right to the Kid Rock.
Well, first of all, it was 2 hours. That was supposed to be the Super Bowl. It's a halftime show. It's like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's like they had it for like an hour, 2 hours or some shit. It was crazy. I was like, this is nuts. Now you got people, you expect people to watch this over the game? Because that's essentially what you're doing. You're playing it before and after.
Nobody's gonna.
Nobody's switching over to fucking Turning Point. Like, no red-blooded American is going to turn off the Super Bowl to watch Turning Point. They might do the halftime show. They might be cucked out like that, right? As soon as that 15 minutes is up, they're going back to the Super Bowl. It's not sticking around for Turning Point, right? They had this one country singer. He was singing this song. He's like, I just want to kiss my fish and hug my dog and fuck my truck. And it's so hard to be a conservative American. It was like a crazy, I was like, what the fuck is even going on here? And that's, Nick Fuentes was making this point when I was watching America First this week. He was talking, he goes, if this is what America has to offer like this, if this is what the right wing has to offer, he goes, I'm switching sides. If Nick Fuentes, you're going to turn Nick Fuentes into a Democrat off of that goddamn halftime show. That's how bad it was. I want to touch on this with you guys. Kid Rock's portion. This was just. Hey, not you. We need Kid Rock. All right. Kid Rock. What was the Kid Rock?
I feel like Nick hates country music too, doesn't he?
I could see that.
I think he does not like country music, and he likes Bad Bunny.
He does like Bugs Bunny. He saw the performance. He goes, I had a good time. I was like watching. I was like so fucking happy for Nick Fuentes. He's like, I don't know why everyone was hating. He goes, I hate the Spics. I had a good time. I watched it. I had fun. I loved everything about it. He goes, I wouldn't have sex with none of them. I wouldn't have a kid with none of them. But I had a good time watching them. It's kind of funny to watch. Obviously, I'm fucking around being hyperbolic. He did not say half of that shit. But I'm sure people will portray it as that.
Mm-hmm.
But this was Kid Rock's performance, this was supposed to be the big finale, right? Of the Turning Point halftime show. This was supposed to be the creme de la creme, right? Kid Rock has not dropped any new music in how many goddamn years?
And if high school?
Yeah, and if he has, I ain't fucking heard of it. So it's like right there, your big draw, kind of almost not even as Kid Rock is always going to be famous or infamous, right, to a degree. As far as relevancy with the youth, with the majority, right? I think Bad Bunny might win that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, in my Puerto Rican opinion. And I hate I will fight Bad Bunny. Now, see, already we're off to a bad start here. Because this song is like what? 25 years old? 30 years old, maybe?
This is for, Gen X and boomers.
And how funny is it that the Turning Point USA, right? They go, fuck this, man. We don't want this fucking Bad Bunny, and he don't even speak no goddamn English, right? And then they throw Kid Rock on stage. He goes, and you're like, what is he even saying? That ain't no goddamn English I ever fucking heard. You know what I mean? It's like very funny and ironic. It almost feels like they did it on purpose, kind of, right?
You think?
Well, I mean, they obviously booked him on purpose. I think, but it makes you feel like they're memeing themselves on purpose.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, this is a meme. This is a meme. The top half of the meme, they go, everyone bitching about the Super Bowl show being in Spanish. They show a little clip of Bad Bunny, right? And then on the bottom, they go, meanwhile, the All-American Turning Point halftime show. Bomb to the bomb, to bang, to bang, jiggy, jiggy, jiggy. You go, I don't know what he's saying either. Ain't no English happening here. And wait until you see the performance. The performance is bad, bro. He's old as hell, washed up. You can tell he's not even singing into the mic half the time. You go, now we're still lip syncing in 2026. We're still lip syncing now. This is crazy. Bro, he did the Gangnam Style fucking entrance, dude. You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me with that. He does the Oppa Gangnam Style. That's Psy who does that. You know that Oppa Gang?
Yeah.
He does that every concert. He jumps out like, ah. Now Billie Eilish is doing that now. They're all doing it now.
Okay.
Psy might have started something that the world is never going to cure. You know what I mean? Look at this asshole. Bro, he's like not even in sync with his own music. Like you're supposed to be jumping, so when you land, it goes like bound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's like jumping in the middle of the beat and all this. Like, it's rough for my man Kid right now. He's doing like he's like taking the microphone and going like and swinging it around like, yo, isn't that cool, guys? I throw the microphone in the air, bro. Catch you with my hand. Look at that. Watch him. Watch when he does it. Look at him with the microphone. Look at him. Oh shit! Oh, he takes the hat off. His toupee comes off. He's all bald and shit. He's like, oh, bomb to the bang. Oh, he's Michael Jackson now. Now he's Michael Jackson.
That's it.
And notice this man don't got his goddamn mouth to the microphone right now. And I know what you're thinking. You go, Elias, it's the chorus. Nowadays, people, especially big arena acts, they always got the chorus playing, man. They're dancing on stage. They always got the chorus playing. It's bad. It ain't just the chorus. Watch. Uh-oh. Mic drop. Literally, mic drop. Words still coming out.
It's like
What?
he forgot his own song.
He forgot his own guy. What is even happening here? He goes, nobody's going to notice this. He puts it down for a second, brings it back up. He goes, my mouth is still moving. My eyes still moving to the grooving. All right, so we got, look at his fucking face. Look at this wannabe Peaky Blinders looking ass. I forgot. He's you see what I'm saying? He's not even he's just running
He's just
around.
walking around.
Like,
Yeah.
And I don't want to play it too much, you know. Not again, I don't give a shit about the copyright, but I have a feeling this song in particular would probably get an episode taken down, and we have to be very conscious of this fact, okay? So let's give it up for Kid Rock over at TP USA. Good old TP in my house USA, right? So now a big part of that whole thing, right? A lot of this criticism and shit was Kid Rock not singing into the mic. They go, man, you washed up and all that, but on top of this, you're not even singing into the goddamn mic, dude. What the hell is this, right? And he goes, and Where people really called him out was like, there's this part of the song where I guess he used to put, he like screams. He's like, you go enough somewhere. He says like some stupid shit. And people saw it. They were like, ain't no way he's screaming that shit. Ain't no way he's screaming that shit, right? So he does a full-blown explanation video about his performance. Right? Like, this is wild. Why even do this? Nothing screams I got caught more than an apology video, my friend.
True.
That's the time to do an apology video. If you got nothing to worry about, you just go on to the next performance. They don't get it. They don't get my art. You know what I mean? That's what you do.
What's up, people? We're here to address the fake news media and all the trolls that are piling on trying to say I was lip syncing on the Turning Point USA halftime to Ball with the Ball. First, I got to say thank you to my DJ, Paradigm.
We saw the lip syncing.
Yeah.
We saw the lip syncing. You put the mic down for a total of 5 seconds. I saw you running around like a little fairy on stage. You were lip syncing. It's nothing to be. Why not just go on there and go, guys, I'm old as hell. You know what I mean? Like, I would go,
right.
I go, guys, I'm fucking 62. Like, I'm 63. My vocal cords, I do coke every night. You know? Like, I'd be like, guys, it's hard. I'm fucking hoarse every night. You know how many times I get strep throat off of these fucking sluts? You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, guys, this is fucking hard. Like, cut me some slack.
We call him Freddie, who flew down from Detroit this evening. It's Monday night. Flew down from Detroit this evening just so we could make this video for you.
That's how, dude, this is actually more insane than I thought it was going to be. I didn't even watch this.
Oh.
I saw that he had an apology video. I go, this is going to be good regardless. You flew the fucking DJ out just to have this apology video? What the fuck is this? Just tell them you're old. Just tell them you're old.
Well, he doesn't want to be old.
I know. He's got to be Kid Rock. It's in the name. I'm young forever. I'm the kid. It's like, come on, man. Just be Granddad Rock. You know? Be Crumble Rock. I don't know. Be something. Be you. Just be old. That's what I don't understand. It's easy to understand. I say I don't understand. It's easy to understand. He's been famous for well over 30 years. That has to warp your mind in some way. You can't. Yeah. You know what I mean? You go, I have to live up to that expectation. Like, you don't realize that the world will just accept the fact that you are a human being and that you are getting old, right? He came from the era where, like, before the internet, that's when he became famous. So, like, he goes, I have to live up to, like, the facade that the public knows me as, right? But we're way past that in 2026. We know everything about you. We can see it all. We can look it all up. We can, hey, man, remember this tweet from 2009? Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, hey, we got you. Don't worry. You can just, be old. That's it.
Hang on, drink a couple beers. So it's all good. So the Turning Point of Ball with the Ball, that song's Chaos. And the first thing is, if I was ever going to lip sync, which I wouldn't,
we saw you.
That would be the last song I would ever have to bring in the fold to do it to. We've performed this song every night on tour since 1998, since the day it was released.
Since 98,
so the
bro.
Point event,
since 98, dude.
Yeah.
It's 2006. What? So the song is almost 30 years old. Wait, no. What? I don't know. I'm not a mathematician.
Almost.
I'm fucking stupid.
It's 28.
Shoot me.
We taped it, and then they sent me a first cut, and my comment was, the sync is off. They were trying to line up. First off, if we would have done it, if we would have recorded it and then played like we were singing it, lip synced it, it would have been pie. It would have been pie to line up. It was very difficult for them because somebody clearly wasn't super familiar with the song. Also, when I asked them, I go, Freddie raps that song with me, my DJ. And they're like, he does what? And I'm like, oh no. I'm like, yeah, do we have any cutaways of Freddie? And they didn't. No. He wasn't, were you lit up?
No.
He didn't even have a light on.
I was lit up.
Any TV time?
No.
Sorry, dog.
I mean, you can see my silhouette.
Oh, you can see. So So they don't have that footage. Now it's extremely difficult for them to line up the sync. It could have been done if we had more time. I'm confident they could have got it right.
What is this line up the sync? What is this line up the sync?
I don't know.
Your
And
voice wasn't in sync with the drummer who wasn't in sync with the bass player. Was this in sync? I understand that, like, with the sound and the audio techniques and shit like that, you have to get, like, the audio mixer to get the mix right and everything like that. But I don't know what that has to do with you putting down your microphone and words being projected over the fucking intercom system or whatever you want to call it. That's lip syncing to me. If I close my mouth and words are still being blasted through everything, that's lip sync. I'm not saying anything at that. You know what I mean? This guy he's delusional. Let's give it up.
he goes on for 5 minutes about it.
Yeah, I don't want it. We're not going on for 5 minutes about this. It sounds like he explained it all.
Yeah.
He goes, guys, you caught me cheating. I had my DJ here. He does backup vocals for me too, so that's not lip syncing. If the guy is doing it live, that's not lip syncing. You know, it's like, okay, what do you call that? It's like Milli Vanilli. You're Milli Vanilli. Just calm down. You know, it ain't that big of a deal. You know, we can move on from it. So let's get into this John Kiriakou, dude. John Kiriakou is my guy, dude. He is my guy. And right now, he's going viral like a motherfucker, dude. These John Kiriakou clips are just like insane right now. Like I'll give you, should we? Okay, hold up. Here's the thing. The viral clips, they like change his voice and shit like that, right?
Is it just to be silly?
It's just to be silly. So should we go like straight to the viral and then I show you guys what he's like in real life, or should we start? Let's start. We're going to start in real life. I'm going to show you what this guy is like.
I like starting in real life.
Yeah, I'm going to show you what John Kiriakou is like in real life. So this interview is a little old. This one's about, I want to say maybe 4 months old or something like that. Let's look. When was this posted? Oh, this is 3 weeks old. I thought it was older than that for some reason. I remembered it being older than that when I was watching it. But this is the Diary of a CEO. I'm not too familiar with this podcast because it kind of reminds me of like some crypto bro type. Like you have the title is The Diary of a CEO. I go, I'm not gay. I'm not watching that. So, but when I started seeing the viral clips of John, and then that's kind of where I'll go, this guy's fucking hilarious, right? I never even heard his real voice by this point. I'm just seeing viral clips of him, right? I go, this guy's fucking hilarious. So one of the funnier stories that I saw on the viral clips, I just go, okay, what interview is this frame from, right? And I found it. It was from Diary of a CEO. And when I watch this interview, dude, the stories that this guy has to tell, like, so for starters, let's talk about some movie type shit. The way he got into the CIA, right? To be a spy, quote unquote, was, all right, let's take it from the beginning a little bit, right? He always, all his life, he said that he always wanted to be a spy. Even when he was a little kid, his mom was like, what do you want to be when you grow up? He's like, I want to be a spy, right?
Okay.
So from day one, this motherfucker was like, the spy's life is the life for me. That's it. I'm just going to be a spy, right? He goes to college for all these like international affairs type studies, like shit like that would get you into the CIA because that's their whole thing. The CIA is all about like gathering intelligence overseas, doing operations overseas. It's like protecting America. They're investigating the other people, not Americans, right? That's the FBI's job, is to investigate us. So, so he's going to school for all that. He ends up getting like this like assignment, the class that he was in. It was like some sort of like psychology class or something like that. And the assignment was everyone in the class had to follow their boss for where they worked for like a week and then write a profile on them, like a psychological profile on them, right? So he was working at some regular rinky-dink job just to help pay for school and shit. And he writes the profile and hands it in. A week later, the teacher, the professor from the class, brings him in his office and fucking just flat out goes, I'm actually not a professor here. I'm an agent for the CIA. And like, we think that you would be a great fit for the CIA. Bam. Just enroll him in everything, they make him go through the vetting process, you know, like as if he was applying and shit.
Yeah.
But the application wasn't the issue. He already kind of passed that part, right? Now he just needs to pass like the psychological test, the physical test, the background check, the interviews, like to make sure that he's not going to lie to them and shit, right? He passes all of them, flying colors. Next thing you know, this motherfucker's straight in the CIA.
He's like living his dream life, he thinks.
It's insane. It was crazy when I was listening to this guy tell his story. Now, he fucking lived his whole career in the CIA. You talking wife can't know what you do. Mom can't know what you do. All this shit. And the stories that this guy has amassed over the years of being in the CIA, they're all solid. Every single one that he tells is the most interesting story you're ever going to hear in your entire life, right? Now, pair that with the fact that he is an amazing storyteller. You just have a recipe for viral gold, right? And people just started manipulating the clips and making them all funny and shit. And this guy is just, he's all over. He's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to jump into some of these time codes. Kind of let John, you know, give you guys an idea of who he is rather than me giving you an idea of who he is. So, John, please take it away. This is going to be a story that he tells about his wife suspecting him on the job. Listen to this.
You know, but it got to the point where I'd get home from a day where, you know, I broke into some guy's house and planted a camera on a bug, and I'd get home and she'd say, "How was your day?" I'd say, "Great." "What'd you do?" "Not a darn thing." And then my phone would ring at, you know, midnight, and a guy would say, "The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain." And I'd say, "Mares eat oats and does eat oats and little lambs eat ivy."
Now, this sounds like something out of a movie, right?
Yeah.
This is real. This is like what the CIA really does. Like, the movie's got it right.
They want you to say this
The
wild ass
movie's got
shit.
it right, bro. They're sitting there going, the door opens twice at 12 and closes 3 times at 1. Like, you know what I mean? And the guy goes, "Mary had a little lamb. The fleece was gray and dirty." And then everyone goes, "Okay, now we have to kill the president of Spain." Like, and it's like actually real. Isn't this fucking nuts?
Yeah.
My wife asks what I did at work today. I go, "Nothing," like a psychopath. That's fine. I did nothing. Meanwhile, he's waterboarding some guy, fucking like grabbing someone by the neck and throwing him in a van, you know what I mean, to go into a windowless room 3 miles underground, like, you know, never to be heard from again. And he just goes home. His wife's like, "What did you do today?" He goes, "Oh, it was just normal day." That's it.
Filed some paperwork.
Absolute psychopath. Absolute psychopath, this guy.
And that means meet me at the yacht club parking lot in 3 hours. And then I'd leave. She would say, where are you going? It's midnight." "I gotta work." So I'd leave, I'd do my meeting, I'd come home, 6 o'clock in the morning, just in time to shower and shave and get dressed to go to work. And she would say, "What was her name?"
What was her name? This is typical girl shit. Typical girl brain shit, you know? You want to know what's funniest about this whole story that I thought was, this is why I make this joke, typical girl brain shit. When he was telling the story about him getting into the CIA and shit, when he first got approached about it, and like before it was all finalized, he told his wife about the opportunity. Not his wife at the time. She wasn't his wife at the time, but he told her about the opportunity. And then from that point, he just never could talk about it again. So, like, she had some in her mind that he had this crazy job, and she's still going, "Well, what was her name?" I'd be like, "Bitch, you don't remember? You don't remember 5 years ago? I cannot talk to you about this. Like, what don't you get about that? You know, you still got the girl going, what's her? Your wife could full-blown ass know that you're a secret agent spy. And she's still going to go, "What's your name?" when they call you into work at 3 a.m. You go, "Girl, I just murdered like 9 people. Like, can I go to bed, please? Can I go to bed?"
Shave and get dressed to go to work. And she would say, "What was her name?" And I remember this one terrible time. That's what she said to me. What was her name? The truth is, I had been sitting in a garbage dumpster, waiting for a guy to drive by down the alley and throw a bag of documents in.
What the fuck?
Ain't that some shit? So now all that, you think this guy is out there like, bah, 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 and like fucking doing all the secret agent
Sitting in
shit.
trash.
And instead, his wife goes, "What's her name?" He's sitting in a dumpster, just in a dumpster
Like a
all
cartoon.
night, just sitting there in a dumpster, waiting for some asshole to just pop open the lid and go, "Meep," and just throw some files in that bitch, and that's it. He has to
This
sit
is like a movie.
in trash all night, dude. Like, isn't that hilarious?
Yeah.
Like, you think this guy is out there doing he's hanging on the roof of a car at 90 miles an hour, and he's just in a dumpster. This in a dumpster ass nigga right here, just hanging out, and his wife just thinks that he's out there banging out whores. He's in the dumpster, and the liquid trash all at the bottom of the dumpster, and oh Lord.
She said to me, what was her name? The truth is, I had been sitting in a garbage dumpster, waiting for a guy to drive by down the alley and throw a bag of documents in. And I stunk of garbage. And I said to her, do I seriously smell to you like I've been with a woman? Seriously. So we ended up getting a divorce.
I was wondering about that.
He is the best. He's the look at how psychopathic he is right now. He goes and the guy goes, "Oh, you guys like broke up amicably?" He goes, "No, I just no one's really ever heard from her again." Yeah. He goes like that with his shoulders. He goes, next question. Yo, John Kiriakou is serious. Like, I hold no reservations about anything that this guy says. I believe every word of it. There's nothing he could say to me that you can't make this up. You cannot. And then on top of that, he really went to prison for blowing the whistle on the.
I mean, why would he doesn't care. He's not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. He wrote a book about it and everything, and I'm not even kidding. I'm like ready to buy it.
I kind of wanna.
I'm ready to buy it and read the fuck out of it. At least listen to the audiobook, you know? Like, because that book has to be interesting as hell. So after he left the CIA and all that shit, he wrote the book. It took him 9 months to write the book. It took him like 22 months to get the book cleared. Because this is like, could potentially be American secrets in here, right?
Yeah.
So you have to to the Supreme Court or the Department of Justice or whatever, get the fucking book cleared to even be published and shit. So that book has to be interesting as fuck, dude. So the stories.
What's this book called?
I don't know. We'll check it out later.
Okay, don't let me forget.
Yeah, no. Well, we'll even look it up when we finish the time codes. We'll give the audience a little taste, give them a little John Kiriakou, I think we all want to know by this point. If anyone's listening right now, I think that we all want to know what the name of that book is, right? So let's check this out. This next story. This one's fucking hell. This John Kiriakou is. Honestly, I'm not kidding. He is my favorite person right now online. Like, bar none. No Clavicular, no Nick Fuente. I don't need none of that. No Andrew Tate brothers. You can keep the Tate brothers. Give me John Kiriakou every time. Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, I want to see John Kiriakou. That would be a epic episode. Imagine Matt McCusker and John Kiriakou in the same goddamn room together. The earth would stop. It would freeze. We would all die. God would be like, this is not even supposed to happen. Shut it down. You know what I mean? They'd be like, this is over.
I think it would be great.
It would be the craziest episode of podcast television. Because that's essentially what you got to call it.
Let's tell them to do it.
I know, right? Everybody, all 25 of you, go right into Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast and be like, hey, guys, get John Kiriakou. Get John Kiriakou on. Please, I'm begging you.
Would you think he would do it?
Who, John Kiriakou?
Yeah.
Oh, John would go on any podcast that would have him. He would tell this story to anyone who would take him on.
Okay.
1,000%.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie. I'm about to ask John Kiriakou if he'll come on our fucking podcast. Imagine me, you, and John Kiriakou doing this about Bert Kreischer. Talking shit about Bert Kreischer. He goes, I was actually tasked with surveilling Bert's family for a little while. His dad's a high-level lawyer, and he comes from like a very weird uprising, where his fame kind of just came out of nowhere. I think Will Smith might have fingered him a couple times, and that's really what got his start, Listen to this one. John Kiriakou's about to tell you his story about how he had to take one for the team over at the CIA. What do you think that might mean? John Kiriakou had to take one for the team, guys. Listen to this.
That stuff happen a lot in the CIA where you have to take one for the team.
Yes.
Have you ever taken one for the team?
No.
I'm not sure you're telling the truth.
Well, it came close.
When did it come close?
So I was overseas. I was a brand new operations officer. And there was a woman in this foreign intelligence service who was the ugliest woman I've ever seen in my life.
The ugliest woman I've ever seen in my life. This is why I love him. He's just going, there was this woman I saw. I was overseas, She was brown. And there's something about it. She was the ugliest woman I've ever seen in my entire life. And that's funny enough because of who he is and his demeanor and shit. And him being a former CIA agent, you go, come on, man. You really just the ugliest woman you ever seen in your life? Chill, dog. That's funny enough as it is, right? He don't stop. He starts twisting the goddamn knife. Listen to this.
Who was the ugliest woman I've ever seen in my life. Like, you want to avert your eyes. Like, she came off the side of Notre Dame.
She came off the side of Notre Dame. You don't even want to look at her. She was so hideous. She was like Medusa. You go, when she comes into the room, you go, and you turn away. She was like that.
You want to avert your eyes. Like, she came off the side of Notre Dame. She was a stone gargoyle with a giant mole right here with a giant hair coming out of it.
Yo, dude, this guy's crazy, bro. And he goes, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. And he goes, I respect all women. Don't get me wrong. I love. He goes like a gargoyle off the side of.
I don't even think about the word gargoyle.
That's so funny. He goes like she got pulled off the side of Notre Dame, as if somebody took one of the stone gargoyles off of the Notre Dame building and said, make that a person. That's what he's essentially saying here. You cannot, what poet can put together these types of words like this? I go, speak to me, daddy. Whenever John Kiriakou comes on the scene, I go, speak to me, daddy. Talk to me, daddy. Like, this is good. A gargoyle. He goes with the hair. And he goes like that with his face. He goes, there's a hair on the face. It's like, oh, my God.
Kind of ugly. So I took her to lunch, and she was very nice. And then I thought, I did something kind of gutsy by CIA standards, because it was early on in our relationship. I invited her to go to lunch on a Saturday. Now, as a rule, the people in this country were not allowed to socialize with us privately. It had to be like their whole office, or several of them together. So I asked her just to meet me privately for lunch on Saturday. Don't tell anybody.
So she was someone from the Middle East?
Yes. And she agreed. And I was like, oh my God. She said yes. And I ran back to the office. I was like, she said yes to a lunch on Saturday alone. And my boss says, okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to fuck her.
What the fuck?
That what the fuck soundbite? I'm sorry. You might get a lot of it this episode, because there's a lot of these moments where you go, holy shit. So now John is talking about the ugliest gargoyle that anyone could chisel from rock, right? And now his boss is looking him dead ass in his eye and going, John, here's what I'm going to want you to do for Uncle Sam. He goes, I'm going to want you to frick her. You know what I mean? Like, he goes, I'm going to need you to frick her, John. It's just how it's going to happen. You're going to have to frick her. All right?
My boss says, okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to fuck her. And I said, what? I said, have you ever seen her? And he said, I know, but we're the good guys, and you're going to have to take one for the team. And I go, oh my God, I go, okay, I'll do it. And he says, no, you're not going to fuck her. We don't do that. I said, well, I don't know. I just started this. I've never been an operations guy before. How am I supposed to know? He said, come on. He said, just develop her like a normal person. You don't have to fuck her. I said, oh my God, you almost gave me a heart attack.
But
the ugliest woman he's ever seen. Dude, they're already, so now you already know the CIA. This is just a bunch of frat boys in that bitch.
Yeah.
He goes, this is what I'm going to need you to do, John. We're all going to come on this biscuit, right? And the last person to come on the biscuit is going to have to eat the biscuit, right? This is a race that we do. This is what we call the soggy biscuit over here at the CIA, you know? He goes, and then after you're going to do, like, it's like, they're just literally frat guys over at the CIA. This is crazy over that. He goes, this is what I'm going to want you to do. I'm going to want you to fuck her. All right? I'm going to want you to fuck her in her ass. You know? That's, in the Middle East, that's a sign right there. That's how you know that they fall in love with you. You just pop it in their ass. You know? Because over there, that's haram. So if you know they let you get away with that in the eyes of God, you feel me? All right, look, this one's funny. Listen to this. This is John talking about whether he's killed people or not in the service. You know,
He's killed somebody.
You never know. Listen to this story.
Killed everybody else.
Have you ever killed anybody?
No, thank God. My children asked me that. And I told them very proudly that I have never taken any action that resulted in the death of another human being. There's one kind of half exception.
Just one kind of. I love how he does that. He goes, just kind of.
Just cheaters on the border.
Just one little, you know, one of those. Nothing, no crazy, no big deal. Now this is actually a very interesting story. All jokes aside, this right here, with that one little half except, that's really the funniest part of the story. The rest of this is very interesting. Listen to this, guys. You guys are not going to want to turn away or stop listening to this. Check this out.
And I think about this all the time. In 1993, I guess it was, I was sitting in the morning meeting. I told you earlier that every unit meets every day at 9 o'clock, and you just talk about what happened in the country that you cover overnight. I was in the morning meeting, and the secretary came in, and she said, John, General Powell is on the phone for you. Call him Powell. And I said, General Powell? How does he know who I am? And she said, I don't know, but he asked for you by name. My boss is like, well, go answer the phone. So I went to my desk, and I said, good morning, General Powell. This is John Kiriakou. And he says, John, if the Iraqis were going to kill the president, who would actually be in charge of that operation? And I said, well, if you're talking about the attempt to kill President Bush, George H.W. Bush, he had been visiting Kuwait. I said, Kuwait operations are run from the Iraqi intelligence service's Basra station, but Basra station is headed by Sabr Abdulaziz Adori, the director of the Iraqi intelligence service. He says, where does he sit? I said, Baghdad. Where exactly in Baghdad? I said, if you hold on a second, I'll look up the address. So I looked it up. I gave him the address. He says, thank you. And he hangs up the phone. I go back in the meeting. They were like, what did he want? I said, he wanted to know about Sabra Adori and the attempt to kill President Bush. I'm like, okay. 8 hours later, we fired 47 cruise missiles into Iraqi intelligence service headquarters. But by then it was the middle of the night in Baghdad, and we killed the janitor. So the next day, I said to my boss, I killed.
Isn't that actually insane? All that intelligence, and you don't take into effect that there's like a time zone difference.
Yeah.
When you're firing 47. Imagine how much money 47 cruise missiles cost. Cruise missiles, I'm pretty sure, are the ones that come off of like ships, right? Like I'm pretty sure those are the ones like getting fired out like that. Imagine, or maybe cruise missiles are the ones coming off the planes. I don't know. Either way, they can't be fucking cheap. You talking like, imagine if each one cost $1 million a piece to produce and manufacture, right? You just wasted $47 million to kill a goddamn janitor. Now, let's say they don't cost $1 million a piece. Let's say they cost $100,000 a piece. You just wasted what, $4.7 million killing a goddamn janitor. It's like, that's crazy, right? Like, how do you not get the time zone difference, right?
I think that would be the president's issue.
Yeah. It's like actually nuts. And that's what he's talking about. His one little half exception. He goes, I was kind of responsible for killing the janitor. It's like, not really. The guy asked you a question. You answered it. You didn't know what the fuck he was going to do. Like, how would you know that?
Yeah.
You know? And then on top of that, what are you going to do? Say, no, Mr. Powell, I think people will die. It's like, you're going to give them the fucking goddamn address and you're going to shut the fuck up. Or they're going to throw you in a goddamn windowless room and start waterboarding your ass. Because I bet you at that level, when you start doing like insubordinate shit, like I refuse to do that. Like it's not moral or something like that. They probably go, okay, well, we're going to take this as treason. And they fucking like throw you in some crazy high max.
Isn't that essentially what's happened to him?
Well, what they did to him was they tried charging him with espionage because he blew the whistle on it. And they tried basically being like, you gave away U.S. secrets and shit, right? But he was like, well, what you guys were doing was illegal as fuck. Like, you know, so that's kind of like how he skated on that.
Right, but I'm saying it's kind of the same. Like,
essentially, yeah, it'd kind of be like around the same thing. But yeah, that's him, dude. Listen to this. This last one kind of doesn't even really have to do with him. This is more like how crazy Israel is, bro. Like, so you know how right now everyone is very critical of Israel, especially with the young demographic. Like these kids coming up, like really do not fuck with Israel from the right, from the left, all of it, right? Like you got conservatives going, we're sick of supporting their asses and they're always getting us in trouble, right? And these are the young conservatives. So they're going, we don't want to fucking keep dropping money and getting involved in their fucking foreign affairs all the time because we are their greatest ally or whatever, right? And then you have the left who's going, they're committing a goddamn genocide in Gaza. Like they're practically trying to kill all the fucking Palestinian people out there and it's just not right. So right now it's like as far as like the Western world, nobody is on Israel's side, whether it's the right or the left. It's kind of crazy, right? So a lot of that is due to the fact that people have so much access to seeing all of these like war crimes and things happening in the Gaza Strip online. TikTok being one of them before America made China sell it to us and then gave it to a Jewish guy, you know? Isn't that crazy? Yeah, crazy. A little crazy. No, so right, like, and that's not even a joke. A lot of people are reporting a lot of criticism when it comes to pro-Palestine shit on TikTok. Very ironic, right? But what I wanted to touch on was him talking about his dealings with Israel and how, like, dude, I forget if this time code is going to cover it. So if I spoil this a little bit, I apologize. He was telling one story during this interview about how, like, when he was in the CIA and he got promoted to be able to do, like, briefings to other officers from different organizations when they're coming to the building, whenever he was told by his boss on the first day, anytime that people from Israel are coming, they're not allowed in the building. You have to meet them, like miles and miles away from the building. And the reason why was because they're constantly trying to spy on us. He was saying that, like, when they first would come around, they would always try to bring gifts, like something to give as a gift to the office. And with it being the CIA building, everything that comes in from the outside, they x-ray. And he said every single time they would find it completely bugged, jam-packed with years and years worth of batteries. So, like, the thing could just sit stagnant and be recording for years. And he said they tried to do it every single time that they tried to get entrance to the building.
Wow.
So it led to the CIA, which is our biggest ally. This is our greatest ally, apparently. Our own Central Intelligence Agency will not let those assholes in any of the CIA buildings in the entire country. They're not allowed in the fucking doors because that's how much they try to fucking spy on us. Every time. And it goes even further. He starts talking about how crazy these motherfuckers are when they're like in operations. Like they'll just, they go, oh, the scientist is where? Okay. We don't worry about innocent lives. Level the block. They just level like the whole shit. Like he was saying that their intelligence agency does not care about none of that shit when they're operating. Where like ours kind of has to. And if we're going to kill someone, granted, we don't always get it right. We have a lot of drone strikes that we killed civilians with, don't get me wrong. But it's part of our policy to mitigate that as much as possible. Israel doesn't even, according to him, Israel doesn't even consider it. They just go, if he's there, just take out the whole block. You can't miss when you just get the whole block, right?
Yeah.
Bombed the apartment buildings where they lived. See,
Listen to this.
Killing people?
They killed everybody of any import in Hezbollah. They essentially decapitated Hezbollah. And then the ones they didn't kill in that operation, they bombed the apartment buildings where they lived. See, this is the thing too about the Israelis. If they want to kill you, they won't like just do a close-in hit. They'll blow up the entire city block where you live. They'll kill 1,000 people just to get you. And they don't care. And then they say, what are you going to do about it? You're going to go to the International Court of Justice?
Do they really do this?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Did you ever interact with them?
Yes.
Oh, I think
And
he's
how
going
did you-
I think he's going to tell the story about them not being allowed in the building. Let's see if he goes through with it, and then we'll move on
You
from
find
here.
them to be?
Miserable. My very first briefing
This is
that I
it.
ever gave as a junior analyst was to the Israelis. My boss said, okay, he says, you're going to give your first classified liaison briefing. So it's going to be the Israelis, and there are a couple things you should know. I said, okay. He said, we don't allow the Israelis into the building. Ever. I said, why not? He said, because they spy on us. Not only do they spy on us, they would always bring gifts. Like, oh, we brought this wonderful gift for you. And every time somebody tries to bring something in, you have to x-ray it. And it's got like listening devices and it's packed with 2 years worth of batteries. We're like, you guys, you have to stop doing this. Every time you come here, you try to bug our conference rooms. It's bad form. You have to stop doing it. And then they're like, oh, okay. We knew you would find it. We're just kidding. Come on. So we have to meet them.
We're just kidding. We're just kidding. But if you didn't find it, we wouldn't just be kidding about keeping all of the recordings that we, and using it
Yeah.
against you in any way we possibly can. And, next time you need something, we can, twist your arm about it. It's like, that is to be an ally. Like, everyone spies on each other to a degree, right? It's like, that's just the way of the world. Like, people don't realize it, but it's been happening forever, right? I don't know if it was this interview or another one, but I heard someone when they were interviewing this guy talking about how, like, even when America was like the United States, not like when America was first discovered, but like when the Revolutionary War happened and then we became America, right? Even around that time, the start of our country, we would send people back to Britain to spy on their industrial fucking industry, like to like get like secrets about like different inventions or different things like that, just to strengthen like what we had going on over here, right? It's like, so countries do that to each other all the time, even if it's at like a really, really small scale. They'll just be like, go find out how they're doing that over there, so then we could do it over here too, right?
Yeah.
It's like just the way of the world.
Yeah.
But to be like, the United States and Israel, that's the thing that our politicians still try to sell to us. They go, they really are the best ally that we could possibly, have. And their intelligence, really, like, those motherfuckers are very good at spying. Very good at spying. So, like, that's what the veil that they try to sell the support on, right? But even this guy's saying, like, how good of allies are there? They're constantly trying to fuck with us and spy on us. Like, that don't sound like that great of it. Imagine if your girlfriend was like that to you. Your wife was like that. Your boyfriend was like that, right?
Right.
You'd be like, this isn't healthy. I ain't fucking with you no more. Eventually you break up, right? Not us. We just hang out with Israel. Just like, yo, all black eyes and everything. America's just hanging out with Israel. I'm telling you, he's so much nicer when he's like behind closed doors. You guys just don't get him.
Form. You have to stop doing it. And then they're like, oh, okay. We knew you would find it. We're just kidding. Come on. So we have to meet them miles away from headquarters in a place that we rent. So
that's crazy. That's actually nuts. We have to meet them miles away from headquarters, bro. Imagine. That's like when you were growing up, if like you're a girl, right? And the only reason I know this because I was the guy in this situation, but like you're a girl and like the parents don't like your boyfriend and they go, he's not allowed in the house. You know what I mean? But you're still gonna hang out with the boyfriend as much as you can, right? You might sneak him in when the parents aren't home, something like that. This is kind of like that situation, right? These guys have to be met all the way at the clubhouse that they rent, miles and miles away, dude. Isn't that insane? Let's give it up for Israel and fucking John Kiriakou. John Kiriakou's the fucking man, dude. But I want to show you guys some of the viral clips that, like, I'm telling you, when you change his voice and shit like that, and like I'm gonna go to like the very beginning, like the first ones that I saw. So like when you change his voice, you add a little bit of background music to it, right? And like slow it down, speed it up at times. It adds this effect that it just takes you away, bro. It takes you into like a whole different dimension. Like people are seeing like, yo, what is the CIA, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Because they listen to his stories and they're like, this is crazy because the voice effects. It like really makes you think like the CIA is like a movie and you go, what is this movie even about? You know what I mean? You go, I don't even know what this movie's about anymore. It's kind of crazy.
At the end of the conversation, I go back to the embassy and I read a cable and I said,
he's gay. I'm 100% sure he's gay.
How did you know he was gay? Oh, I just...
It was a vibe.
Okay, so...
It was a vibe. Dude, tell me that does not make this hilarious.
It does.
How did you know he was gay? It's a vibe. It was a vibe. That's so hilarious.
Read a cable and I said,
he's gay. I'm 100% sure he's gay.
how did you know he was gay? Oh, I just...
It was a vibe.
So, headquarters says,
We want you to pretend that you're gay.
I said, oh, come on, you guys. No, we really need the information.
You gotta pretend that you're gay.
No, we really need the information. You gotta pretend that you're gay. They put the devil horns on him. John Kiriakou, dude, when I was seeing these, I was a loser. I went on a bender. After watching like one or two of these, I literally just typed his name into X and just watched as many of these as I possibly could find. I was like, this is shit. I was rolling, bro. Rolling watching these in my bed. Like, just like, holy shit. Losing my mind. And if you're not right now, you're crazy. If anyone listening to this is not absolutely losing their mind, they're nuts.
Headquarters says,
We want you to pretend that you're gay.
I said, oh, come on, you guys. No, we really need the information.
You gotta pretend that you're gay.
I said, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it for Uncle Sam.
So,
You see the face thing, dude? That is so fun.
I said, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it for Uncle Sam.
Look at the face. The face is so funny. I'll do it for Uncle Sam.
so,
He says, why don't you come over to my place some night and I'll make dinner? I said, great. So I go over to his place. He made a lovely dinner. And then I thought, well, I have to invite him to my place. So I told my wife, you're going to have to, like...
get out.
So she left. I made dinner. I removed all the pictures of us together. And we had just gotten married. So we had, like, our wedding picture up and everything. At the dinner,
He leaned in to kiss me.
instinctively backed off. And he said, oh my God, I'm sorry. I
Thought you're gay.
And I said, oh no, I am.
Gay. I'm not into hairy guys.
The end of the conversation.
I'm not into hairy guys. And just the way he smiles and shit, dude, these had me dying, dude. This is so funny. This one's funny, too. Listen to this.
Just standing in the sandwich line at the CIA cafeteria, and one of the senior guys from the counterterrorism center came up to me, very casually. And he said, oh, hey, I'm glad I ran into you. I meant to ask you, do you want to be certified in the use
Of enhanced interrogation techniques.
And I had never heard that term before. This is May of 2002. I said, enhanced interrogation techniques, what's that mean? And he goes,
We're gonna start getting rough with these guys.
We're going to start getting rough with these guys. You know, just the whole fucking deep voice and shit. And he's such a, like, little mousy kind of guy. He's like, we're going to start getting rough with these guys. You're like, holy shit, dude. That's, like, scared right now.
that. And I said, what's that mean?
He goes, what's that mean? I love when he does that face.
Start getting rough with these guys.
Like that. And I said, what's that mean? So he describes these 10 techniques. And I said,
I don't know, man. That sounds like a torture program.
and he said, it's not a torture program. We got it cleared by the Justice Department, and the president signed it. He says, think about it. I said, yeah, give me an hour. I need an hour to think about it. I walked out of the cafeteria. I went up to the 7th floor, which is the executive floor. And there was a very, very senior officer up there for whom I had worked 10 years earlier in the Middle East. Knocked on his door, no appointment or anything. And I said, hey, I need some advice. I was just asked if I wanted to be trained in these enhanced
I like how he like talks all slick. He goes, I knocked on his door, no appointment or nothing. You know, just walked right in. He's like, that's just the kind of guy I was.
on his door, no appointment or anything. And I said, hey, I need some advice. I was just asked if I wanted to be trained in these enhanced interrogation techniques. What do you think of that? And he said, first of all, let's call a spade a spade.
He said, this is a torture program. They can use whatever euphemism they want, but this is a torture program, and torture's a slippery slope.
He said, you know how these guys are. Somebody's going to be a cowboy, they're going to go overboard, and they're going to kill a prisoner. And when that happens, there's going to be a congressional investigation, then there's going to be a Justice Department investigation, and somebody's going to go to prison.
Do you want to go to prison?
Do you want to go to prison? Huh? Like, Matt, dude, I wish so badly that he actually talked like this in real life. That would be the funniest fucking thing in the world. I'm trying to find another one that, dude. There's another one. There are other ones that are so fucking funny, dude. I have to find it. This one's kind of funny. Hold on. I think it's this one.
We all huddled. They put him in a cell, and we all huddled together. And I said, listen, I have an idea. We know where he lives. And we know that he has a safe in the hotel. He had referenced the safe a couple times. I said, I wonder if the arms are in the safe. And they were like, okay, but how do we get into the hotel, get into the house?
So I said, let's just break in.
And they were like, no, can't do it. He's got to live in Filipino mode. Can't do it. And I said, okay, let's declare an environmental emergency.
Gas leak. We'll say there's a gas leak. And then we'll evacuate the neighborhood.
He lived in a cul-de-sac, so there were like 8 houses. And they're like, no, can't do it. We don't have underground gas lines here. We use propane. I said, oh my God. Okay, get a freaking 18-wheeler of propane. We'll spill the propane on the street, and then we'll declare an emergency. They're like, that we could do. So this 18-wheeler comes to the house. We're all at the house by then.
There's this giant wheel, and I go like this with the giant wheel, and I spill all this propane on the ground.
And then we call 115, which is their version of 911, and we said, oh, there's a big propane spill. We need the fire department. So the fire department comes, and they evacuate all the houses.
And then we break into his house.
It's just so funny, that last part. And then we just break into his house, you know? It's no big deal. This is John Kiriakou, guys. Give it up. You gotta give it up for John Kiriakou, dude. If you're not giving it up for John Kiriakou, I don't even know what the fuck you're doing with your life, dude. So that's kind of our feature story. We're kind of gonna bring it into some other just topics, funny videos, you know, stuff like that. I didn't show you guys, dude. This is going to be great. This is actually a very interesting little segue into funny videos right here. This song is fucking nuts. Hold up. Look at this. I don't know who this artist is, But you guys got to see this video is like fucking insane. Wait until you see the visuals in this goddamn shit. And the song is like nuts. And it's a good one to smoke to too. You know what I mean?
They stole some Sumerian technology that allowed them to predict outcomes. And that technology stopped working in 2012. We're going to get into that tomorrow. I find it to be fascinating. I wonder if they saw Charlie Kirk.
Uh-oh.
Black kings, black bishops, black players, people of the chocolate persuasion. Black kings, black bishops, black players, people of the chocolate persuasion. Black kings, black bishops, black players, people of the chocolate persuasion. Black kings, black bishops, black players, people of the chocolate persuasion.
Isn't that awesome? People of the chocolate persuasion. And then to have like all these fucking AI like Candace Owens, like she's rapping like this whole song and shit.
Yeah.
Like in the video. This is.
But the Dark Ages was a time when black people ruled Europe. So when you go into the real history, you'll see King James was.
That's King James right there. That's James LeBron. That's King LeBron right there.
Black. He was not a white guy. You'll see his whole lineage of kings.
Black kings, black bishops, black players, people of the chocolate persuasion. Black kings.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Candace Owens dancing with a giant fucking head like this. I'm like, I got a chubby. I got a chubby right now. This might as well be Ice Spice.
Black bishops, black players, people of the chocolate persuasion. Black kings, black bishops, black players, people of the chocolate persuasion. Black kings.
Isn't this song fucking crazy? Black kings, black bishops, black players, people of the chocolate persuasion. That's the best part, in my opinion. People of the chocolate persuasion. Because that's what you do when you listen to a song like that. You like break it down with your friend. People of the chocolate persuasion. You know, like that. You like really break it down. You got to let loose. I have no idea who this guy is.
No.
I've never heard of him. It like I found it was Dyer. And then I looked at him and he's like a musician and shit like that. But like I've never heard of this guy before, you know? But that black kings, black bishops, black players, this whole video had me.
Black bishops, black players, people of the chocolate persuasion. Black kings, black bishops, black players, people of the chocolate persuasion.
Who was a homosexual himself, who was in love with his sister Lucretia, who they made the image of Lucretia to be Mary. And that became the Renaissance era.
Lucretia.
Ain't that, look, a box of Franzia, a fake box of Franzia she got over here. And look, she's starting to kind of turn into Samuel L. Jackson a little bit over here. You see what I'm talking about?
I see it.
She kind of got a little Samuel L. Jackson eye going off of here. She goes, I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Oh, my God. You know, that's Dyer, dude. That's pretty much it for that. If you guys want to check the rest of that out. The name of the song is called We Was Kangz and Qweenz. I love it. We Was Kangz and Qweenz is the name of that song by Dyer, dude. So fucking funny, dude. Speaking of people of the chocolate persuasion, this is the internet's newest queen right here, if you guys don't know. This girl right here is really taking the internet by storm. I mean, I'm trying everything in my power to find this girl, court this girl, and fuck this girl. I like everything about this girl is hot as shit. Like I saw her, the way she's standing there all like pissy and shit, right? She's got these fat old titties all over the place. You know, she looks all pissed off. She's on a train full of black people. So immediately she looks hot. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Of course. Look at this.
Bro, next time somebody hit your nigga, you're supposed to beat their ass. Bye, bitch! Bye, bitch!
Oh, they cocked. Go to the next call.
Uh-oh. What's she leaning in to do right there? I don't know. Because look the way she looks.
Oh, they cocked.
Look, she look mad as hell right now, bro. And you can already tell the way that she was getting ready to lean back in, she's got something cocked. something real. You know what I mean? She's got it cocked. Something like that, you know? She's got one in the chamber.
On to the next call.
Oh my God! Look at how they all act. They go, oh my God. They're all like clawing at the door and shit. That's so funny, dude. That is so fucking funny. She jumped back in, poked her head in there, and then when she said it, she went with her eyes. She like raised her eyebrows and went like, like, oh my God, I said it. Oh my God, dude, that's so fucking funny. Look, that right there, that face says it all. She's kind of like sucking her teeth a little bit. She's like, these motherfuckers, you know, people go like that.
On to the next call.
The music, dude, they got the music. It's all sad and shit. And look at her, waving at everybody. Bye, guys. While they're driving by, she's like waving, going, they chimping out. You know how people are saying that now? She's going, they chimping out. Oh my God. I mean, they are chimping out. Like this particular group is pretty bad. This particular group is pretty bad. This is actually like what would you call it? I mean, this this
seems like not real. I mean, I know that it's.
Oh, it's real.
But
this shit real. This is when keeping it real goes wrong. You feel me? This shit crazy as hell. The music gets me every time. Yo, the one girl's like screaming at the top of her lungs. Listen, in the background, you hear the girl go, like actually screaming. Listen to this. And you hear? Look at her face. Look at her face. Watch. I didn't even catch that. Watch her face.
Mm-hmm.
Her mouth, she just goes, ah, like out of nowhere. Literally out of nowhere. And you want to know what's funny about it is you can see them all, like, as soon as they know, like, okay, we're not getting to this girl, they start laughing. They all start kind of laughing a little bit. You could see the one girl who went, ah, like, she starts laughing as soon as she realizes, okay, we can't get to the girl, right? So it's like, even you guys, like, see that it, like, I'm not saying that every white person should just be calling people, you know, niggers on the street. Like, that's not what you should be doing. Like, of course not, right? But, like, they even see the humor in this situation the same as how everybody else does. Because she very much looks like this, like, she doesn't look innocent, but she looks like a, like, kind of sheltered white girl. And she's clearly scared on this train. There's a bunch of black people all hanging. She probably scared of black people as it is already, right?
Yeah.
And then you guys are all fucking popping off at her and shit. She's like, she gets off the train and she goes, this might be my only chance to stand up for myself against the blacks. You know? I'll never get this moment again. She jumps in there. She goes, Nick. And then everybody starts freaking out, right? And then next thing you know, she goes, I reclaimed my whitehood in that moment. You know what I mean? But even they see that it's funny. Like, look at how uncomfortable she looks. She looks so uncomfortable. I wonder what she could have possibly done to, like, get to this.
Well, somebody's, that has to be out there, too, somewhere.
Oh, you know what's funny is, like, her account, she's out there. I forget if I saved it or not. Hold up. Subway N-word. Cause her Twitter's out there now. Like, I saw her account and she like quote tweeted it and she was like, I'm sorry guys, I didn't want to get my purse stolen. She like doubled down. You know what I mean? She's like, yeah, I had to get out of there. I didn't want to get my purse stolen. You know, look at that. People are saying that she's the queen now. She's the subway queen, bro. That's too good right there. I wish I would have saved it coming from her account. If I ever find it, we'll retouch on it because she does have it. Is this her account right here? Oh no, this is just the person who posted this. Who the fuck is the Dever? Oh well, let's give it up for the Subway girl, dude. She's another one of the racist Avengers. You got her, the Burger King crown guy. You seen the Burger King crown guy?
I saw that, but I don't know about the Burger King crown guy.
Oh, you've never seen it?
No.
Oh, God. I'll have to. Now we got to show you the Burger King crown guy.
I thought, yes.
The Burger King crown guy is rough, bro.
I saw him down there.
Well, that was when we typed in, oh, no. Yeah, it was Subway Queen Girl. Where is it?
You didn't go far enough, I don't think. Saw it.
This is a whole new thread. This ain't even like the same goddamn thread. Here we go. All right, guys. For those of you watching, listening, this is Ashley's first time checking out the Burger King crown hat guy on the airplane. Check it out.
Kick that nigger bitch off the plane!
Sir, please you need to stop. There are children. Please stop.
Nigger! Kick that nigger bitch off the plane!
What is happening?
Nigger!
It's not even the fact that he's saying it. It's like how it's happening. He's like clearly like autistic or having like some sort of mental break. He's like all smiling after doing it. They're like, sir, you have to calm down. He's like, I can say whatever I want. You know what I mean? It's like, that's so fucking funny.
He's wearing a Burger King crown.
The Burger King crown makes it the funniest fucking thing in the world, dude. The Burger King crown makes it so funny. And that's why the guy's been so goddamn memed. And that's why you see her with like the Subway crown.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So he's like the Burger King and she's the Subway Queen.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is how they're doing it right now. So that's it. That's the Burger King hat guy. Ain't that nuts, dude?
Yeah.
That would have been a good segue into that people of the chocolate persuasion. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. Of course, I'm joking. All right, so let's check this out. You want to get a little... All right. First, I'm going to show you this. This is something that... I think this is a fucking psyop right here, in my opinion. Because I wasn't prepared for this. When I opened Twitter and I saw this video right here, I was not prepared for this. I felt like this was potentially something to kind of like distract us from like the Epstein list or something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe the fact that we might be going to war for Iran or with Iran on behalf of Israel, you know? Like, I felt like this was kind of like one of those psyop videos that kind of tries to take you away from like the actual problems that are going on in the world and just throw really big, huge distractions in your face. You get what I'm saying here?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I really felt this way about this video. Wait until you guys listen to this.
We're Jewish women with big racks. Of course we're at an anti-Semitism conference.
We're Jewish women with big racks. We use our assets to combat anti-Semitism.
We're Jewish women with big racks. We're going to blow up Palestine. These Jews have I'm rock solid right now. This is the one thing that they fuck up with every time. Like, Israeli baddies are like bad. Like, I'm talking, you find a hot Jewish chick and she's always like super hot, right? I'm not saying these girls are super hot, but they got huge tits and they're Jewish. It's like,
she could have had hers out more.
She's trying to do this shit with the shoulder right here. I'm like, yeah, you got to throw some effort into that. I'm trying to see them shits like bounce around a little. I'm trying to stick my dick in there and like fucking. I'm trying to be like Hava Nagila Hava Nagi. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get in there. And the blonde. I mean, tits for days. I'm talking. You could suck on those tits for 8 days and 8 nights. Like the menorah. You know what I mean?
We're Jewish women with big racks. Of course we're the real freedom fighters.
We're Jewish women with big racks. Of course people keep coming up to us to ask us for pictures, to thank us for our advocacy.
Thank you for your advocacy. Girl.
Well, we also know her whole name.
Harley Stein is her goddamn name. We need a Jewish soundbite. We have to have a Jewish soundbite. I think I have one here. Hold on.
I'd be a pedophile for $20 million.
There it is. Ethan Klein. I almost forgot I had that. Harley Stein, dude. New York, New York. Holy shit. I'd like to Stein all over those fucking tits, dude. I'd fucking throw I'd Steiny all over those fucking tits. She's a Steiny.
Okay.
Steiny's last name is Steinberg.
Okay.
Or some shit like that. His name is Aaron Steinberg. I'm not even fucking joking. That's like his last name is Aaron. It's Steinberg. It's crazy. She's Harley Stein what? Steinbergowitz? She
Maybe
throws a
he's
witz
Stein.
at the end of it. My name is Harley Steinbergowitz. I got the biggest tits. I'm going to throw them in your face in the... I don't know. I wish I could rap better. That would have been a nice start to a rap, right? Harley Steinbergowitz. I got the biggest tits. I'm going to shove them in your face like it's algebra. I don't know. I'll get there someday.
We're Jewish women with big racks. Of course I'm wearing my Star of David and hostage ribbon.
Jewish women with big racks. The restrooms this way.
We're Jewish women.
What was that? The restrooms that way?
Yeah.
I like where we're going with this. Okay.
I see her gimmick. She's trying to make hers bounce.
She's doing that the whole time because she wants to distract you from the fact that she has the
Big rat.
the craziest mole that you've
And I'm at this
ever fucking seen on her goddamn nose. Look at the size of that thing.
Mm.
It's insane. Her nose has a whole ass another nose on it. It's got its own rack.
In hopes of finding my husband. We're Jewish.
Jewish women with big rack. Let's give it up. You think she walks like that everywhere she goes? Like every new room she goes in, she goes like that.
And bounces around.
Tits first. She goes like that. Every time she walks into a new room, they go, "Are you all right? Are you having like a stroke or something?" She goes, "No, we're just Jewish women with big racks." Oh, God. What dumb bitches, man. You know, speaking of Jewish women with big racks, we picked up something extra special today. We were doing a little shopping, a little thrift shopping, right? Right here I have with me the Real Complete Jewish Party Hits 40. Yes, this is the official Real Jewish Party Hits 40. We found this in a, what would you even call that store today? It was like an antique store or something like that.
Yeah.
And lots of Jews, lots of Jewish stuff. Jewish 40 Jewish hits. I found them and we have them here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You know that will be all. Oh, speaking of Jews, check this out. This is speaking of Jews. This is very funny. This is actually very, very fucking funny. Wait until you see this video. You remember earlier today I was watching something on YouTube, right? And you walked into the room in my own house, all right? And you walked into the room and you said, "What is this on the TV?" Right? You remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that? Huh? No, I'm kidding. I'm joking, of course. But I was watching Sam Hyde. You remember Sam Hyde? And you were like, "Who are these guys?" I was like, "Yeah, bitch. You know this. You know the shit." Right? So we were watching Sam Hyde. I showed you a little introduction to Sam Hyde, right? One thing you may not know about Sam Hyde, the audience probably knows about this, but Sam is known for like doing these like media swap type situations where he like trolls like the mainstream media. And I'll explain to you what I mean by media swap. So Sam's fans are kind of like crazed and they're very persistent, right? So for a really, really long time, and they still, I'm pretty sure, try to do this to this day. For a really, really long time, years, this happened. Every single time that there was a mass shooting or a public shooting, so many people would submit Sam Hyde's photos to the news stations that inevitably one of them would put his photo on there and go, "We've got an image of the shooter." And it would be Sam Hyde. Just like hanging out with like a gun or something like that, right? He did that shit. His fans did that all the fucking time. So that's what I mean when I say these like media swap, like little troll moments, right? That his fans would do that shit. I'm talking school shootings, a shooting out in a parking lot, a shooting at a church. His fans would submit his photos so many times over it. Inevitably, one stupid news station would not do their research and go, we finally got an image of the shooter. They put Sam Hyde's fucking photo up there. He's just like holding an AR-15, like just like sitting there. They go, that's the crazy. That has to be the school shooter. Because Sam Hyde has like Where's Waldo. Wait a minute. Sam Hyde has like Where's Waldo glasses. Wait a minute. Hold on here. Wait a minute. Are we going from Red Bar to Sam Hyde? Are we mutating? I turned into Sam Hyde, imagine. Right now, if I turned into Sam Hyde, that'd be insane. So Sam Hyde's got a new troll. Has to do with the Jews. Check this out.
Y'all, I think I might have found something big. This here says, Mr. Epstein would like to see the menu from the pizza place. Could someone send it, please? And then they send this link.
Okay. Now, well, let's go back a little bit because this is actually fucking hilarious. So, this is an email from the Epstein files, right? Does this girl right here look like a Sam Hyde fan by any chance? Probably not, right? You've seen what Sam Hyde looks like, right? He looks like he looks like if somebody dropped radioactive sludge on Where's Waldo, right? He's got them discs, you know? He really does look like that. He looks like the Toxic Avenger version of Where's Waldo. It's kind of crazy. And in this email, it says somebody needs to send Jeffrey Epstein the goddamn menu to the pizza place, all right? Now, Pizzagate, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're thinking Pizzagate, you're thinking they're talking pizza, they're talking child porn. They're talking little kids. Somebody's little baby is about to get fucked, right? You think that. And then they send the link to the menu for the pizza place, right? And the girl goes and she copies and pastes the link because the DOJ did not redact that part of the email, right? What did she find when she opens the link?
Could someone send it, please? And then they send this link.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're ready. I am going to hit the what the fuck boom. All right? It's going to happen.
Which takes you here. Gross. Mama mia, this has gotten too spicy. Contact our head chef for special orders.
Samolo Hyde.
Y'all is the horniest bunch of white folks I ever seen.
Look at this. Look at this fucking... So, Sam Hyde goes, sees the fucking website link, right? On the email thing. Goes to the website link. Sees that it's probably no longer in use. Checks to see if the domain is still available. Buys the domain. Adds this shit to the fucking website, and now every person who has no idea who Sam Hyde is looking at this and going, oh my God, the Epstein list is crazier than we thought it was. Jesus Christ. This is like, so now, this is the greatest troll, dude. This is the funniest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. This AI picture, he's got a fucking grape crush soda on the fucking goddamn. Funny. This is fucking hilarious, bro. Contact our head chef, Samolo Hyde, for any special orders. Ain't no way, dude. So now Sam Hyde is making all these, like, what people would say are quote-unquote normies, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's getting all these people to think that, like, he's this mastermind head chef who's slinging out child porn pizzas, you know, nonstop. And you get a grape crush with every order. You get a grape crush with every order. Dead baby, alive baby, 12-year-old, 15-year-old. You want to have a 10-some with 9, 17-year-olds? Like clavicular? I was waiting for some goddamn reassurance on that.
Sorry.
Your brain farted on that? You don't
did.
Remember the 10-some talk?
Yes,
guys,
I do.
Listen to this, guys. We watched a live stream last night with clavicular, right? Someone in this guy's audience, this is how you know clavicular's whole audience is all little kids. someone sends a chat in there and goes, Clavicular, you gotta have a 10-some with 9 bitches, bro. You gotta have a 10-some with 9 bitches. Who even says 10-some? Who even says that but a goddamn 9-year-old kid who's never even heard of sex until somebody told him 2 minutes ago, right? Like, that's the craziest thing. You got to have a 10-some with 9 bitches. It's like, dude, just call it an orgy or something, a gangbang, whatever, but a 10-some. Who the fuck? When you get past 3 or 4, like, I'll say foursome, right? There's 3 girls and a guy, 2 guys and 2 girls, whatever. I don't know. You guys, I'm preferably 3 girls and me. You know what I mean? But what are you gonna say past foursome? 5-some, 6-some, 7-some, 8-some. That sounds crazy, bro. You sound like a child when you say that.
You probably are.
But you can make a special order and have a 10-some with 9 17-year-olds. Thanks to Sam Hyde. Let's give it up. Dude, this is the funniest fucking troll. That shit. The Epstein list, man.
That's funny.
The Epstein list, bro. A lot of racism I got in my funny video submissions here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of insane. What do we end on? Oh, we can end on this. This is a good little this is like a new slur. I've never heard this before. I forget this woman's name. Oh, they didn't put it on there. Oh, wait. Her name is Nicole Curtis. She's a host for HGTV. Now, judging from the frame of this clip, I would imagine she's a host for like some sort of maybe home improvement show or like, hey, we're going to fix up your house, right? What was the really famous one where they go, move that bus? What was that one? You don't know the name of that? We don't have to get caught up on it, but it's a very famous
home makeover.
Yeah,
or
something like that. Home makeover. Like, it seems like she's maybe a host of one of those shows, right? So right now it seems like she's trying to drill something into like a wall or some sort of fixture or something like that for those of you just listening at home. Now, what's going to be the funny part of this is what comes out of her mouth and frustration out of this. Listen to this.
Why? It's my last one. Oh, fart nigger.
Fart nigger, she said. I ain't never heard nothing like it. That's actually insanity to me. She said fart nigger. I go, what the fuck? And it's crazy coming out of a little old white woman like that. Like I was telling you, this is like very Cheryl-esque. Cheryl Hines, right?
Yeah.
That's RFK's wife. She's like a very Cheryl Hines-esque type girl. Like, she says it makes me feel like Cheryl Hines is saying that. You know what I mean? I go, Cheryl Hines is also saying this word. Is that what you're telling me?
It's my last one. Oh, fart nigger. What the fuck is that I just said? Nick, you gotta, can you kill that?
Oh, dude. Ain't that some shit? See, this right here goes to tell you, you ain't nobody your friend at work like you think they are, right? A job like this, a TV crew job like this, you figure everybody would be like fucking mates and shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I'll kill it. Don't worry. It's just, we accidentally lost to 2 minutes of footage. It's not a big deal. We kill it. Instead, there's a whole ass another guy like with his cell phone or another camera just like doing behind the scenes, like filming her. It's like, what are you looking at that guy for? I'd be looking at this guy. I'd be like, can you kill that, please? Like, come on, man. Ain't nobody need to know how I classify my ends, whether they're fart or not fart. Nobody needs to know that but me and my ends. This is fucking crazy. She threw that. I ain't never heard
She
it.
knows, fuck my life.
Oh, shit. She's fucked, dude. Her just reaction, she goes, what the fuck did I just say? It's like typical white girl shit. We know you say it all the time. And here's my point to this, and I think I made this point to you already, is that, like, people don't just, when you're, like, frustrated like that, you might just say something that's outlandish and weird and stuff, but it's always coming from, like, your vocabulary. It's like within your bank right, that you're using on a regular or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't just get pissed off and just go, oh, abba zabba. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. When the fuck am I going to ever say abba zabba? It's like, that don't even make sense, right?
Right.
But I might get frustrated and go like, oh, fuck nugget, right? Or something like that, which is a very unconventional thing to say, fuck nugget, right? Or some shit. So it's like that N is coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She grew up hearing that shit. I'm going to tell you right now thanks for watching Lost Docs. No, but seriously, we should end the episode. Let's give it up for this girl. For the fart N. The good old fart N. I love a good fart N. So, as always, we like to thank you for watching another episode of Lost Docs Media. Like I always say, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell us what you think about the show. Make sure you hit the notifications because we do like to go live. And when we go live, we do not like to announce that part. Okay? You can support the show by buying merch. We have hats, hoodies, t-shirts. We even got coffee mugs over at that bitch. You can do that over at lostox.media. That's lostaux.media. And soon we will have a membership tier for the website where you'll be able to get extra content, sign up for full archives of the show, and more. But until next time, I will see you guys next Wednesday. I bid you adieu, and I bid you farewell. See ya.
Don't give a fuck, think I'm I just might go to the side. Give me a sack of my bag. Nigga running up on me is a mistake. Yeah, I'm a nigga fucking up the place.